Ladies and gentlemen, hey, it's me, JakeFreedom here, coming to you live from YouTube for round 4 of the HTP Challenge Series. It's me versus Bloodhaven, and we're just about ready to get this thing started off here. Bloodhaven just came online, and we're going to go into the proving grounds and get started here. Hopefully, he was talking earlier about some maybe people having some issues starting games, so hopefully we don't have that issue here. Go ahead and accept the invite that we got going, and we'll see how it goes. We'll get game 1 started here of round 4. Now, if you probably haven't been following me, I've only got round 3 up on YouTube there. So we got beat that round. We've actually got beat all 3 rounds so far. The closest game we've had so far, our closest round, would be round 2. Other than that, we won 0-2 round 1, we went 1-2 round 2, and 0-2 round 3. So hopefully this round here will be a little different. We'll see how it goes. Our opening hand here is Persecute, Interconflict, Pact of Pain, Nozawa. I think that's going to be good enough. We're going to keep that to go ahead and start with. And hopefully we can do fairly well with what we have. This deck isn't showing too great of success. It's not winning very much, so it's kind of making me nervous. I did make a change prior to going into this round here, so we'll see if that change actually helps me out. We'll see. The change I made was I pulled out 1 Extinction and 1 Murder, and I substituted those for 2 Curse of Oblivions. Now, Curse of Oblivion has had a change made to it, and that change is you can no longer look at the person's deck. You just have to pick a card up off the chain, and then you can void all copies of that particular card, whether it be in their hand, in their deck, etc. I like the change. I think it was way too abused prior to having that change made, where you could just look at somebody's deck and see what they were actually playing and then just pick something out of it. I didn't like that at all, so I like the change. Alright, so turn 1 we laid a blood down. On turn 2 we're going to go ahead and lay diamonds, pretty much all we have for options there. We'll go ahead and activate our champion power here. Champion power, deal 1 damage, gain 1 health. So we'll go ahead and get that done. No threats on the board yet, so we don't have to worry about Persecute or Interconflict or anything like that. Persecute just gives a troop -3/-3 that turn. Interconflict prevents a target troop from blocking or attacking. And we'll see how those actually work out as we get to play them. So we'll see what our opponent does here for turn 2. Looks like he is playing a Blood Sapphire deck. Not exactly sure what he has up his sleeve. We'll see. He has yet to play anything on the field, but same as me, haven't played anything on the field either. In this particular deck here, we only have 2 troops. We have Ozawa and we have Eternal Guardian. Those are the only 2 troops that we do run. Everything else is a action card or a constant of some sort. Okay. Well, we have enough to throw down Eternal Youth, but I don't think it's necessary right now, so I think we're just going to hang on to that. Maybe. Now let's go ahead and play just to get the escalation started there. Eternal Youth, if you're not familiar with it, is an escalation card, so every time I play it, the first time I play it, it gives me 4 health. The next time I play, it'll give me 8, 12, 16, 20, so on and so forth. Okay, let's see what he does here now. Turn 3, he's got a threshold of each color that he owns currently. His champion charge power is to draw a card, and he just laid down a Wailing Banshee. This troop can't be blocked except by artifact troops and or blood troops. Well, unfortunately we do have Repel. We do have Interconflict, we have Persecute, we have a number of means to deal with that particular card there. So we could either do a persecute, we could do inner conflict, could do wait and do repel. I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and do, I think we'll just wait, since persecute is a quick action, meaning I can play it during the opponent's turn. Inner conflict's a basic action, so I can't do that one. Repel's a quick action. I think we're just going to wait and see what he does. Well, actually, you know what? Since he doesn't have any resources left, I think we'll go ahead and do we'll do persecute right now, since we know he can't respond to it since he is out of resources. I think that would be the best option right now. So that threat has been removed off the board here. Things are pretty much even cards. I got a little more health than him, but we're only turn 3 into the game. Doesn't really matter right now. Let's see, next turn, depending on what he plays, we might start rolling Relentless Corruption. It's also an escalation card, and that will allow me to pull cards out of the opponent's deck. 1 the first time, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. So again, he didn't lay a troop, but he saved all of his resources, so maybe he's saving up for something. Maybe he's got something in his hand. Maybe he's running a Blood Mill deck. We don't know. We haven't seen any of the mill cards come out yet. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the term mill means you make your opponent discard cards as the game goes on. So the object of a mill deck is to mill all their cards out of their hand into their graveyard, so they end up with 0, and you end up winning the game. Or you mill all their important cards out, and they have nothing to play, and you basically end up winning the game by taking their health down to 0 with your troops. Okay, so we got a shard dealt to us. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll activate our champion power. Again, we'll deal 1 damage, gain 1 health. And nothing is on the board, so we could do Pact of Pain. Pact of Pain allows me to draw a card for the price of 2 resources and 2 health. It's a toughie. I think I'm going to do Pact of Pain, because I'd like to have the card draw option there. And with the Eternal Youth escalation health gain, it allows us to have enough health usually to tap that guy, once or twice any given turn. He's taking a little while to respond to the cards. I'm not sure if he's reading them or the game is just running a little bit slow. He might be reading them. Maybe he's fairly new to the game, so he's not quite familiar with all the cards yet, which is perfectly fine. We like to have new players come into the game and try it out, and hopefully they enjoy their experience. I'm assuming he's probably not too new to actual trading card games or TCGs. Okay, so he laid down an Eldritch Dreamer. It is a socketable card. I'm not exactly sure what that gem does, because the last patch took away what that gem actually does there, so this particular troop here can't be blocked. So we'll see what happens here. Alright. So since he laid down the Eldritch Dreamer there, like I said, it can't be blocked by a troop, but it doesn't say anything about repel. So we could probably hit it with repel, which will destroy a target attacking troop, like it says on there, or we could do inner conflict, which just prevents the troop from attacking or blocking. Alright, so we have 4 resources to work with here. We definitely need to take care of that troop there. So I think what we'll do is we'll so we need to save at least 2. We'll need to save at least 2 there. So we're just going to go ahead and continue on past this here. We're not going to do anything, and we're going to let him Let him attack with that particular troop. We could have laid down air conflict, but I would like to be able to destroy it and take it off the field with repel for 2 resources rather than using 3 resources. And then I should be able to tap my Pact of Pain, maybe. I'm not sure if that's a quick action or not, to tell you the truth. We'll find out here in a minute. If it's a quick action, I'll be able to... yes, it is a quick action, so once he attacks, hopefully he attacks, I'll play Repel. And then in the end phase there, I'll go ahead and tap Pact of Pain and draw a card. So he's going to attack, hopefully, maybe, yes. Okay, so pass priority off to me here. He's got 5 resources in hand, so he might be able to stop this. He might have counter magic in his hand. We'll see exactly what happens here. If he has counter magic, he'll stop this from happening. Does he have a response to it? There it is. Counter magic is right there. Okay. So now he's going to stop that from actually happening. So then the Eldritch Dreamer will survive. And he'll deal 3 damage to me. And then next turn, what we'll do is draw a card. Well, you know what? I wonder if we should draw a card now. And nope, not going to matter. So we'll let him deal it. The damage is going to come through. And now he's in the second main phase. That's what that gem does. The gem is every time this champion or this troop here deals damage to a champion, you draw a card. That's what that one is there. Even though it doesn't say it, I recognize it now. So he's done with that. He got his card draw. He dealt some 3 damage to me here. So we're at the end of our turn here. We're going to go ahead and tap this guy, draw a card. And now we'll go ahead and begin our turn. And now we get another card. And it happens to be a Persecute. So, we're gonna play our Shards of Fate, and we'll just grab anyone we want. I don't think we have anything in this deck that's over 2 thresholds, so it doesn't really matter. Just want the resource pump there. He still has 3 resources left. I think Inner Conflict is 3, so he possibly still has one in there. So, let's go ahead and I've already wasted 1 card. He might have another counter magic in there. Let's go ahead and try to do Persecute now. Said he does have counter magic is a quick action, yes. So let's go ahead and try that. See if he has a response to it. He very well might have another counter magic in his hand. I probably should have waited. He does not have a counter magic, so that troop is going to go bye-bye, which is good. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and continue on through, and we're going to save 2 resources just as kind of a bluff. Not that we're really going to be bluffing on a whole lot. Alright, so he's throwing down Oracle Song. He's going to give himself a couple cards. He'll be forced to play 1 or lose 1, since we can only have 7 cards in our hand at any given time. So he's throwing down a Thunderbird. Thunderbirds can get nasty. They have Rage 1, which means every time they attack, they get +1 attack. So the first time he attacks, even though it's a 1/1, it'll actually be a 2/1. If we get another shard here, we're going to try Inner Conflict. Maybe. Eternal Youth. So let's do Relentless Corruption. We're not really worried about the Eternal Youth. See if maybe we can pull one of his shards to get a shard. Throwing down Curse of Oblivion. Bummer. Well, we have a couple of those in our hand as well. So there goes our Relentless Corruptions. Curse of Oblivion takes care of all the rest of our Relentless Corruptions, so we can count that out of our strategy. It still dealt us a card, though. I didn't think it would do that. Okay, so we did not get a shard, which is unfortunate. But let's just go ahead. Continue on here. We're not going to spend the points for that quite yet. We're going to wait till the end of his turn. But it was decent. We got Mesmerized out of the deal, though. It's a basic action in this. The card text is a troop gets permanent. This troop can't ready, so it permanently stays exhausted. It's basically like an Inner Conflict, where the troop can't block or attack, but it does. These troops here actually will ready, and you can still utilize them from it. Utilize their effects if they have any. So he's throwing down a Shards of Fate. He must not have any shards in his hand. So he'll go ahead and attack with Thunderbird here and deal 2 more damage. We've already rolled Eternal Youth once, so we'll play this. We can play this one here. We'll gain 8 health. The next one will gain 12, since they do update in all zones, whether they're in your hand or in your actual deck. Okay, Thunderbird's going to get his buff of his Rage 1. So we'll let that come through. And we'll go ahead and tap this guy here. We do ourselves a Chaos Key. Maybe we can draw ourselves a shard. That would be nice. And we do get one. Good deal. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, I think, see, Curse of Oblivion is 1 cost, so he might have another one of those if I roll Escalation. It's going to be, so let's try Inner Conflict first. Let's try Inner Conflict on his Thunderbird. See if he has any answer to that. He does not, so it means he probably doesn't have Curse of Oblivion, or he does and he's waiting for Escalation. Let's see here. Gosh, do we throw down Eternal Youth now and then show that we have 0 resources left, or do we save 3 to bluff him? We're only going to take 2 damage, possibly more if he has any buffs. Be 8. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and just We'll just do an Eternal Youth. I'm going to show now we have nothing left. So it kind of gives the opponent to say, hey, he can't respond to anything now. Which is kind of a bummer, but now I only have to use 3 resources next time to be able to gain 12 health. Even though this card text didn't update, that's what we'll gain. Since that's what we gained this time, we gain 12. So now even though Thunderbird here readied, it's got can't attack or block for the remainder of the game unless he reverts the card some way. Alright, so he's going to attack with the Wailing Banshee. He knows we can't respond because we have no resources left to do anything with. Corrupted Harvester. He has life drain, so every time he hits, since he has life drain, he's going to gain the amount of damage he would do. Alright, so we have a murder. Let's see what he does here. Let's go ahead and try to murder this guy, or do we save and wait? I think we murder him. Even though we could save him till next turn. I want to see if I can pull anything out of his hand here. Another counter magic. So now he's out of resources. So now we'll go ahead and do... we'll do Mesmerize on her so she cannot ready. We don't have to worry about him responding to anything. Alright, so now she can't ready. And that's our turn there. So since I haven't played the Chaos Key can pretty much target any card and destroy it. If you haven't played it yet, it's 2 to play it, and then 5 to activate it, so it's 7 resources. So we need at least that since we haven't played it yet, if we want to use it on the same turn that we play it. So I think it's 2 counter magics we've seen so far, so he could be running a possibility of 4 total. So we've pulled out 2 of them. So now he's going to attack with his Corrupted Harvester, and he's going to gain 3 health here. So he'll take him back up to 21, I'll go down to 20. So we'll be pretty much even on the health again. He's got slight card advantage by 1. Will be 1 after I draw my card. He likes to put stuff down, so now he's doing Life Siphon for 8. Actually, it'd be Life Siphon for 7. He's going to gain 7 more, so take him up to 28. That would have been nice to have a Curse of Oblivion there, which I do have in this deck. Just haven't drawn him yet. Alright, Murderer. Doesn't Curse of Oblivion. Target opposing card, void each card in the same card in your hand. Didn't he? Ah, he countered magic to the murder, so it gets +2. That's why. Okay. Okay. So, he has nothing left, so we could spend all resources and murder him. Which I don't think would be a terrible idea at this point. Or maybe we gain our 12 health back. So should we go? We should go back up to 25 health here. Perfect. Okay. So we have 3 left. I say we draw a card. Repel. Repel is now 4. And then we'll go ahead and end our turn there. Running a little shy in the resources here. I sure hope I grabbed the right deck. I'm pretty sure I did. So 9 is going to lay another life siphon. He's going to attack, and then he might do life siphon. We'll see what he does here. Kind of got to go, gotta back and forth thing going here. Another life siphon for a total of 8 damage, taking down to 12, bring him up to 39. Relentless corruption. Okay. Pull that. Maybe we can pull one of his shards so we can get something. Another mesmerize and a shard of fate. I think we'll do mesmerize on him. He's unable to respond. And we'll do our shard of fate. Pick anything we want, doesn't matter. We need resources here because hopefully we're getting close to pulling out Eternal Guardian. Eternal Guardian would be great at this point in time because he prevents all damage done to our champion and any of our troops other than him. Charge Bot. It's an interesting card to throw in the mix there, but okay. That's 3 life siphons he's thrown at us. He's down to 1 card in his hand. No resources. So I think we'll do inner conflict on that guy. If he has another life siphon in his hand, we're dead. There's nothing that we can do to prevent it unless we draw Curse of Oblivion, which is a 1-cost card. I think we do that, and that did not help us out at all. So basically, if he has life siphon in his hand this turn, we're dead, since we we weren't able to pull Curse of Oblivion to prevent life siphon from going off. Now we could tap him again for another 2, take us down to 1. And I believe Curse of Oblivion's cost is 1, if I'm not mistaken. It is. So we might as well do that. We need something. Shoot. Okay, well, we didn't get it. So let's hopefully he doesn't have life siphon. Charge bot, draw a card. This champ power. Now would be a good time to pull an extinction. We need something that's going to be able to deal with these 2 threats, or else we're done. That is definitely not going to help us. Ah, bummer. Bummer, bummer, bummer. We could murder for 5, that would leave us 3. That's not enough to stop repel. Shards of Fate isn't going to do anything for us right now. If we would have drawn a shard, we would have been A-okay. Ozawa just costs too much. Surge Mechanism is only going to come on next turn. We only have 9 to play with. I think we're done. That's a GG. Not sure if I could have done a whole lot different in this particular game here. Because Ozawa wouldn't do shit right now. It'd only come out with 1/1. Yeah, sure, I can murder a card, but if I would have saved from not drawing, I would have been able to survive the charge bot and murdered hit that there. So I might have been able to survive 1 more turn. But whether or not we would have drawn what we needed, who knows? Who knows? So, let's go on to game 2. Defeat. That's all right. Alright. Let's see what our opening hand is here. I can live with that. I didn't see who gets to go first. I'm not sure if it's him or me. He gets to go first. Alright, so we got a couple persecutes, a repel, an extinction, and a surge mechanism. I think our plan is to get surge mechanism out as soon as we possibly can to get our resources up. So we pretty much, the only thing we can do our first turn is lay a resource, which is fairly typical. And next turn, if we don't draw anything. Shoot, I should have played. I should have played Shards of Fate, because now next turn if we don't draw a resource, I'm not going to get the actual resource count until turn 3. Remember that. If you only have 2 resources in your hand, one of them happens to be a Shards of Fate, play the Shards of Fate first, so you have that resource on turn 2. I seem to make that mistake quite a bit, and I need to stop making that mistake. In this case here, it doesn't matter, but if you had a troop out, we would, you know, be able to play Persecute, but we kind of got lucky that time. We could have thrown down Chaos Key, but which would have been the ideal time to throw down Chaos Key, because there's no threats on the board. So note to self, if you have Shards of Fate and one other shard on turn 1, play Shards of Fate. Wailing Banshee. Okay. Activate our champion power here. And then I think we're going to go ahead. Throw down Persecute while we can, since you cannot respond to it. Okay, let's see what he's got now. 4 resources, Blood Sapphire. I don't know the cards well enough to think of what he could even possibly play right now. Oracle Song, Corrupted Harvester. It's got Life Drain. There's so many cards you could play at this point in time, I guess. So again, we can respond to that with the Persecute. But I think we might, if we draw a shard, we might just, yeah, it doesn't matter, I guess. Could do a persecute or do a repel. I think right now would be a good time to do repel or persecute, since again he ran himself out of resources and will be unable to respond to that. So let's go ahead and do that again. Save a couple resources just in case you play something with speed, which I don't think with Blood and Sapphire anything can have speed. Speed's normally a ruby mechanic. Thunderbird it is. Alright, so we saved a couple. Resources. So he obviously has Curse of Oblivion or Counter Magic in his hand. One or the other. Let's just get Search Mechanism out there. Since it seems like again we're falling a little short on the resources. So we're going to take 2 damage this coming turn here. At least, at a minimum. If he throws an Air Superiority down, which I'm not sure if he has in his deck or not, that'll buff the Thunderbird to a 2, and he'll get the Rage 1 for a 3. So, what do we do? What do we do now? Let's see. What are our options? We can almost guarantee he has Counter Magic in his hand. So let's just go ahead and pull one out to get rid of him. Get rid of him early game, maybe. Or Curse of Oblivion. We know he's got one of them. There it is. So murder becomes 5 cost. Certainly seems like some cards show up in your hand more than others, for sure. Like these repels, I usually have these in my hand. Relentless Corruption, it's a crapshoot if I get them or not. he played Oracle Song, burned up 3 of his resources. So he still has enough left for Counter Magic or Curse of Oblivion. And I'm just getting shorted on resources here. It's a bummer. I haven't seen one life siphon come out yet, which is surprising. Man, it's ridiculous. Let's continue again. See, maybe we can get him on a repel. Eldritch Dreamer. Let's see if we can get him right now. I'm guessing though he has Counter Magic or Curse of Oblivion, like I said. Curse of Oblivion being 1 cost is pretty cheap. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Not sure why it takes him so long to make decisions. Any day here, buddy, any day. What you got? What you got? So if he responds to this with Curse of Oblivion, either one, it's going to take his resources down. Well, no, if he responds to it with Counter Magic, that'll take all of his resources. And then my turn, I can play Extinction and not have to worry about him responding to anything. Okay, so he didn't respond to it. What took him so long to make that decision? That I'm not sure of. It's our end phase. We're going to tap this, get his resource. So I think maybe he was thinking, okay, maybe I should save something for next turn. Hey, we drew Curse of Oblivion. Sweet. So what we'll do here now is I think we'll definitely play Eternal Youth. He's gonna Curse of Oblivion that. Okay. Alright, so we no longer have any health gain. I wonder if I could have Curse of Oblivion at Curse of Oblivion. I wonder if that's legal. I don't know. I don't want to do it, but Yeah. I know you can't counter magic a counter magic. I think that's illegal. I'm not sure. I think Curse of Oblivion is broke. Choose target opposing card on the chain. Void each other card with the same name from its controller's graveyard, deck, graveyard, and hand. But it still gives me the bonus, or the health gain. So, I wonder if Curse of Oblivion is broke. It very well might be. So we'll go ahead and save, a couple resources here so we can possibly try Repel or Curse of Oblivion. Let's see if he Curses of Oblivion of a Curse of Oblivion. Which I don't think that's legal, but when it comes to the chain mechanics, I think it's still kind of a bug. See if he Curses of Oblivion that. He does not. Hey, we got a life siphon. Let's just get this out on the field. I probably should have played Extinction there, but we didn't. That was probably a mistake. Hell, why not just Curse of Oblivion this guy? Why not? See what happens. Make use of our resources we have left. That doesn't work. Okay, it does work. It avoids the other cards of the same name. So the card that it targets still takes effect, but the other ones get voided. No problem. Freaking Shards of Fate. What do you think he has in his hand? Counter Magic or Curse of Oblivion? Let's see what he has. Neither. Surprising. It's been a few turns since we've drawn a resource here. Opponent's wondering, he was wondering if I had extinction, yeah. I just respond to him, yeah, but I was a little worried about playing it because of counter and curse. That would have been a good card to maybe get rid of with Curse of Oblivion. So basically the only way we have left in our hand to gain health is through our champion, which gains 1 health every other shard, and Life Siphon. So we better make them count. Almost skipped by that. That would have sucked. Isn't this supposed to be voided? It's odd. Asking the opponent if curse is broken because I was just dealt an Eternal Youth, which he used curse on before. Or I guess this could be a card that was targeted. Targeted. Since that card isn't affected, right? See if he responds. I think that's how that works. Okay, yeah, that is how that works. Just a little confused on the mechanics of that card. Now I know. Oops, not know I know. Now I do. Alright, our turn. We have 8 resources to deal with, to use here. So I think we're gonna go ahead and play our Eternal Youth. See if he Curse of Oblivion's it. Nothing. Sweet, now it goes back into our hand for 12. Okay. Continue on past that there. I don't think he has any targeted removal, so it'd be nice to get Eternal Guardian out here as soon as I possibly can. I think that would be nice. Thunderbird. As some would call it, the Angry Bird, since it has rage. Tap this for another resource. Holy smokes, we're actually drawing a Delta Shard. I can't believe it. What was that, 4 or 5 turns before we got one? So now if we do Life Siphon now and take 9 off, I'll leave him 9 remaining. I just don't like it when he leaves resources hand, but he might, because obviously, what do you think here? Life Siphon him now for 9, get him down to 9, pump me up 9 more? Or do we use Chaos Key to remove the Thunderbird? That's a pretty powerful removal for that card. I think we'll do that. Might as well. Well, you know what though? I mean, this thing is void target card. Target another card in play. So it has to be in play, so it can't be on the chain or anything like that. Let's go ahead and do that. Maybe he'll counter it. He does not. Okay. It's probably a little aggressive for a Thunderbird, but I wasn't feeling the Life Siphon just then. What's he gonna do? Life Siphon? Life Siphon for 10? Life Siphon for 10. Well, we know we're probably going to be dealt a resource here. Yep. So now we can Life Siphon for 11. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. And he might possibly have another one in his hand, and he'll Life Siphon me back again. Charged bot, he's going to draw himself a card. Now he can only Life Siphon for 9. He likes to play a lot of stuff in his second main phase, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that. Murder for 5. Jeez, murder for a charge bot that does 1 damage. I think we're gonna save it. These games are pretty long. Nobody's got a serious aggro deck or anything like that. What's he gonna respond with? He could Life Siphon now for 11. He could do absolutely nothing. He could Life Siphon for 11 and attack for 1. Be a total of 12. I could pull my Eternal Guardian anytime soon. That would be awesome. So he's going to attack for 1. We could murder it. But do we want to use a murder on a 1-cost card? Man. Certainly not going to use Extinction. I mean, it's really... I don't know. I mean, it's 1 point of damage that we're going to save, so... Why can't I play that? It's a quick action. I have enough resources. I've got plenty of threshold. Ah, not an artifact troop. Duh, they made that change recently. Forgot that was that change was made in the last patch, where murder went from 2 threshold to 1 threshold, but you can only target non-artifact troops. No Life Siphon. Tap him. Inner conflict. Come on. Oh. Where's my Pact of Pain? Really wouldn't mind having that right now. I really don't want this guy in the field. Let's see if he wastes a card on it, like a counter or a curse. We'll see. I doubt that he will, since it's a cheap card. I wonder if he's just waiting to get his resources up, maybe, so he can play his Life Siphon to get me down real low. Or, I mean, does he really absolutely have nothing in his hand that he can play, which I highly doubt. There's no cards in the game that are over, 5 threshold. He's got plenty of resources. Crap, I think I forgot to tap him. Son of a gun. See what happens when you commentate? You forget to do stuff. Damn it. Alright, so we'll get that 1 health back that we lost. And we're just going to tap him now in case we forget again. I don't want to do that. Because see, the problem is now we should technically have 16 and be able to do 15. I think it's going to come down to a race of who gets what first. Knowing my luck, I will not get what I need first. He will. Secret laboratory. Well. I think we're going to draw a card. Damn, it's not really what I wanted. We'll throw that away. Yeah, we'll tap him. I think I forgot to tap him last time, did I not? I don't know. The game's kind of dragging out here, so I'm kind of losing focus. Gotta get focused again. Focus. Eldritch Dreamer. Well, we could kill him. We could try to anyway. We might as well try. Either way, if he has it in his hand or not, he's going to stop it. At this point in time in the game here, anything's bound to happen. I'm sure he's got something in his hand to prevent that from happening. You could counter it again, and then it would cost me 7 next time I pull it out. But if he does that, I probably won't play any more of those. Curse of Oblivion will avoid all the rest of them, but still take out his Eldritch Dreamer. Since now we are familiar with how the card mechanic of Curse of Oblivion works. So he's not going to stop it. He's going to let that go through. What does he have in his hand that he cannot play? Very interesting. Let's draw a card. Oh boy. Probably should have kept that, but like I said, right now it's a for me now it's a race to find Life Siphon. Does Life Siphon go on the chain? Crap, I don't remember. If Life Siphon goes on the chain, he could prevent... No, it'll all still go through. With counter... Does counter magic prevent it from happening? I don't remember. Let's take a look. Interrupt target card, so he could play counter magic and interrupt it. And again, we're going to draw a card. None of it that I need. We don't really need to lay that resource down, so we're going to save it this time. Just in case we don't get one next time, so we have something again to throw away. Ozawa would work out great right now. Life Siphon would work out great right now. Eternal Guardian would work out great right now. Who's going to get what first? Life Siphon. Okay. If he counters this. Okay, this cost me 1. That gave me 18. I still have enough. Let's see what we have here. Secret Lab. Let's see if he's going to counter this. We need to do 16, which will take us down to 1 left. Oops, 16. Pretty sure this goes on the chain. Okay, so here comes the counter. Yes, okay, there's the counter. Goes back into our hand, but now it's 3x. Okay. What's he got? So 3x for me to do 16 damage would cost me 19 resources. There's a Life Siphon for 14. Come on, give me one of my troops. Give me one of my troops. Damn it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Jesus. Right now he has lethal if he has a Life Siphon. Unfortunately. Wailing Banshee. Not a huge threat at this point, but probably need one of my cheeses. We don't want that. We can throw that away. Frickin' A. You got to be kidding me. Let's see what he does here. I don't have many cards left here, so we've got to be getting close to one of my troops. One of them have to be getting close to the top of the deck. You would think. Alright. Long drawn out game here. Definitely is. I think we're both just waiting on... I think we're both just waiting on a life siphon or something to be able to end this game. For some reason my counter is 4 minutes behind his. I don't think I've taken that much longer, but... maybe I have. Maybe I've been talking way too much. I don't know. Okay, so again, he didn't draw a life siphon. I know he's looking for it, because... unless maybe he's burned them all up. I don't know. How many has he used? Pact of Pain. It's not really what I want right now. Relentless Corruption. Counter magic. That's funny. I like that. Good stuff right there. Curse of Oblivion. Well, with what he's got going on in his deck, I think we're just going to... God, do we get rid of Extinction? I think we do. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll just leave that guy for now. Let's not forget to activate him. Don't let me forget to activate him. So now at least we have a defense against Life Siphon. If he throws one at us, we can at least interrupt it and stall. Another Wailing Banshee. So he's going to hit us for 1 damage here. We forgot to activate it. Son of a gun. Oh well. In response this time, a Curse of Oblivion. Okay. We'll still get 2 of his cards. One, 2. Okay. So now let's go ahead and draw another card. And it's another shard. Yeah, whatever. Sure. Gotta get rid of something. I'm gonna wait to play Mesmerize when he hits me with Wailing Banshee. I think that would be a wise idea, maybe. Yeah. I'm not sure if you play this on a card that he'll still be able to, he just won't be able to ready then. So we could play it now, but yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Why not? Just freaking get rid of it. Alright, so we'll still be able to attack with it, but then it won't ready. Wow, my timer is going fast. Seems like it anyway. I don't know. I've got 17 cards left. Come on. Oh boy. Talk about no good draws. I shouldn't say we don't have good draws, we just haven't had the right draws. I can't even say that either. Not the draws I desire. How's that sound? Not the draws that I desire. Inner conflict. Ozawa. What do we throw away here? I think we're going to throw away this. And then we're going to play this. And then we're going to play Ozawa. He let him onto the field. Good enough for me. So that's good. Now we have a little bit of an advantage here, I believe. Even if he life siphons, we'll counter magic it to stop at that time anyway. Do we play counter magic on Mesmerize? Because we know he's targeting that with Mesmerize. If he has a life siphon, we're going to be toast. I keep playing around his life siphons for some reason. Maybe he doesn't have any left. We're gonna let it come through. We're gonna let it come through. It's probably a mistake. We're gonna let it come through. We're gonna at least get 10 health out of the deal to get us back up to 20. Alright, come on. Oh my gosh, give me something good. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Bingo. Eternal Guardian. I think we're going to play him. I really do. That was way, way down in the deck, unfortunately. That sucks ass. Now we're going to be in trouble. I just don't think I can counter magic a counter magic. So we're going to use him to gain some health. He won't be able to ready, but that's fine. He'll block with him. We'll bring our health up to 20. So then, oh, he's not going to block. Surprising. That is really surprising. So now, relentless corruption. Okay, so now he is out of life siphon range now. But that doesn't matter because we still have the counter magic in our hand. We now have a relentless corruption, which is going to pull 3 of his cards. We might be able to just mill him down. It's close. It's very close. This is a very long game. I'm running out of time. Every time I look over there, damn, I'm down to 9.5 minutes. Alright, so we have a repel. Let's go ahead and play Relentless Corruption. Get 3 more of his cards. It'll be down to 7. I'll go back up to 11 cards. I pulled his life siphon here. So now what I can do, I think we'll go ahead and try for the kill. He says he doesn't see him winning this one. So let's go ahead and try to do 19 damage. Let's just do 20 to be safe. What's he got in response? Saying that card came from your deck, gotta love Relentless sometimes. See if he's gonna say anything, or if he's like responding. Is he typing? Maybe? What's he doing? Well, the opponent is going to concede the next round because it's taken longer than he thought. And he must have something to do. So, by default, holy smokes, we won our first round. My gosh, we won our first round? I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. Well, it only took an hour and 41 minutes, I think, to play 2 games. But hey, we come out with a round win. Round 4, we won. For the first time in the series, we've won a round. As you can see, I'm pretty excited about it. I can't believe it. So we'll go ahead and report those winnings to the challenge site. And so other than that, it's been a long video. Hopefully you've stuck with me through the whole thing. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go 3 games. It would have been interesting to see how that 3rd game would have turned out, but we don't get to be able to see that. So thanks for watching. If you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and click subscribe. If you like this one, which you might, I finally won, go and click the like button, and I'll have another video for you soon.